is News 3 Now at 6.
The CDC has just wrapped up an emergency advisory meeting discussing the Johnson & Johnson vaccine and any potential links between rare, dangerous blood clots. Their conclusion today, it needs more data, and for the time being, no action will be taken. Yesterday, both the CDC and FDA recommended the U.S. pause the use of the shot out of an abundance of caution. The J&J vaccine is typically set aside for community and mobile clinics because of its convenient one-and-done shot.
But the nationwide pause on the vaccine is leaving some organizations scrambling for new options. Gabriela Becerra joins us from Madison's South Side and shares what some of our planned clinics are going to do. Gabby?
Well, the Boys and Girls Club of Dane County is one organization using its resources to help the community get vaccinated. Last weekend, they helped 500 people get some Johnson & Johnson shots, and they were planning to do something similar on Saturday at its Taft Street location, but now that plan is up in the air.
We have many doses in our refrigerator being quarantined and waiting for a decision to be made.
Fitchburg Family Pharmacy owner Thad Schumacher says he was planning on using 500 of those Johnson & Johnson doses this weekend at a Boys and Girls Club of Dane County clinic.
A one-shot vaccine, which makes it easy. It also allows us to impact a wider group of people because we can do 2 clinics and do double the amount of work.
Now the pause has Schumacher checking his inventory for an alternative. He says he has enough doses of the Pfizer vaccine to avoid canceling this clinic, but the 2-dose series would slow things down.
We'll have to schedule 2 clinic dates. That will eventually mean we won't be doing new patients those weekends.
Boys and Girls Club of Dane County CEO Michael Johnson will ultimately decide whether to cancel.
We have 3 choices. We'll either use an alternative vaccine, or we'll continue to use J&J, or we'll cancel the event.
Johnson says the pause hasn't changed his goal of vaccinating the community.
Just concerned that, people who live in marginalized situations have access to this vaccine.
And if the pause is lifted by Friday, Schumacher's Johnson & Johnson doses will be lifted from quarantine.
If they were to deem the vaccine ready to use, we would have it back out in the community the next day.
Johnson says he will use guidance from his partners to make a decision by Friday, and the best place to find that decision will be on the Boys and Girls Club of Dane County's Facebook page.
Gabby, thank you. Today, the state is once again reporting an increase in new cases, nearly 930 of them reported in the last 24 hours. It comes as nearly 40,000 Wisconsinites received a vaccine in that time. Hospitality workers in Wisconsin Dells had the opportunity to get the Moderna vaccine today through a mobile vaccination clinic. The shots were administered at the Wilderness Resort. The Wilderness, as well as SSM Health and the Sauk County Public Health Department all work together to make it happen. The Dells hosts about 4 million visitors per year, and a safe return of tourism to the area is a key part of getting back to a new normal.
Let's check your first warn forecast with Chief Meteorologist Gary Canalti.
Charlotte, it's cloudy and gray in the backyard. What else is new? We've been like this the last couple of days, and that's keeping temperatures down. Let's start out by taking a look at the live view from the Edgewater Skycam. You can see mostly cloudy skies there. Even the Platteville-Queen Bee Radio Skycam. Yesterday at this time, we're seeing some breaks in the clouds. There might be a break or 2 out there, but for the most part, skies are pretty much overcast. But there's no precipitation really falling from those clouds. Some light rain and snow showers up to the north near Lake Superior, but southern Wisconsin, at least for the time being, is dry. Temperatures this morning as skies cleared out at least for a little while. A lot of temperatures to drop into the lower 30s. Here in Madison, we were at 33, but many locations were at or below freezing. Current temperatures, though, are in the upper 30s to around 40. These temperatures will hold nearly steady thanks to the cloud cover now, but later on tonight, as skies turn partly cloudy, that will allow temperatures to drop to around freezing again. Skies tomorrow, though, should be partly sunny, and that by itself should get temperatures back up into the lower 50s, and it looks like we'll stay in the 50s for the rest of the week into the weekend. I'll have more details in the forecast in just a few minutes.
Gary, thank you. The Wisconsin Supreme Court has ruled that Governor Evers' administration does not have the authority to issue capacity limits on bars, restaurants, and other businesses without approval of the legislature. Today's ruling comes 2 weeks after the conservative-controlled court also struck down the state's mask mandate. Wisconsin Treasurer Sarah Godlewski has joined the growing ranks of Democrats running for the U.S. Senate seat currently held by Republican U.S. Senator Ron Johnson. Godlewski launched her bid in a video. The 39-year-old Eau Claire native was first elected treasurer in 2018. Democrats already in the race include Bucks executive Alex Lasry and Outagamie County executive Tom Nelson. Senator Johnson has yet to say whether he will seek a third term.
COVID and election legislation are the priorities for state lawmakers this week, but their efforts have been likely doomed from the beginning. Naomi Coles joins us live from the Capitol with the latest on that legislation.
In 2 hours-long floor sessions yesterday and today, Republicans in the Assembly and Senate had two main priorities. One was to pass almost a dozen bills controlling federal COVID spending, and another was a set of bills changing election law. Now, all of those bills cleared the Senate today on party lines, but the governor has long signaled his plans to veto. The election bills passing today would significantly reduce drop boxes in the state and stop state and local governments from accepting money from private groups to help elections. Now, this is after Republicans objected to Green Bay and other cities accepting help from a group financed by Mark Zuckerberg. The governor has said he doesn't have any plans to restrict election laws in Wisconsin. Also, of course, Republicans do not have a veto-proof majority.
Thank you, Naomi. A 19-year-old is dead after crashing into a home in McFarland late last night. 4 other people in the car with him were taken to a local hospital. Now, according to a news release from the Wisconsin Department of Justice, the driver was speeding southbound down Highway 51 and took the Sigilco exit. An officer tried to pull the car over, but it didn't stop, eventually crashing into the home. 6 people who were inside that home at the time were not injured. DCI is investigating the crash.
City of Beloit has a new police chief. Beloit's Police and Fire Commission unanimously appointing Captain Andre Sales as the next chief of police today. He's been with the department since 2005 when he started on patrol. He has since risen in the ranks. He'll be sworn in as chief in the spring. Captain Sales says his 3 main short-term goals for the department are to reduce crime, improve community trust, and implement a peer support program. Golf fans are rejoicing tonight after the AmFam tournament announced it will be back at University Ridge this June. Adam Duxter live from the course now with why, after taking that year off during COVID, the event still won't look quite the same. Adam?
The course itself has been open for some time now, but to plan an event like this with thousands of people in attendance took a little bit of extra planning. And tonight, everyone involved says, though it might be a little different than years past, they're confident it could be something that all golf fans will still love. As the seasons inch further into spring and more golfers return to the course, Nate Pokrass has his mindset on another return.
It's been a long road, but a very collaborative role.
And today, the AmFam Championship Tournament Director can finally say that return is here, as the event will be back in front of a limited crowd of just 5,000 on June 11th. But crowd size won't be the only change.
The tournament will certainly have a different feel this year. We won't be able to have the fan bleacher seating or the viewing decks or some of the other large spaces where fans were able to congregate and gather to watch.
Still, this will be the biggest event held in Dane County since the start of the pandemic, all within the current rules. Health officials say it's a sign we're moving in the right direction.
This is an exciting time. We've been waiting a long time to have orders like we have in place right now. And this is a time when these events can happen again. They're going to have to be modified to meet certain requirements.
So while there won't be a concert or the usual celebrity tournament, Pokrass says having the opportunity to do the event itself is a gimme.
Certainly, it's still going to be a fun tournament, and the players are excited to come to Madison. We're still going to see some great competitive golf and enjoy an outstanding golf course at University Ridge.
In a normal year, Pokrass says the tournament itself would bring up to $15 million of economic impact to this area. And while he says it won't be quite that much this year, it'll still be money in dollars to an area that really is in need of it. The tickets will go on sale on May 11th. We have every information and every detail on how to secure your spot up on our website, channel3000.com.
Adam even using kind of his quiet golf course voice today. I like that. Adam Duxter live at University Ridge. Adam, thank you. Still ahead after nearly
50 years, a State Street business is closing up shop, and the UW Terrace chairs, well, they're back. What differences you can expect this summer at Memorial Union next.
Hi, I'm Dr. Sheesh Raval with the Ortho Team Clinic at Stoughton Health. We hope you can join us for our upcoming event on treatment of knee arthritis and custom knee replacements.
Wisconsin is a home of workers. We know what needs to get done, and we do it. Yet, we've been hit hard, some harder than others. Our contact may be limited, but we still can lift each other up. Your local Wisconsin energy and emergency rental assistance providers are working together to keep you safely in your home. You may not ask for it, but we want you to know we're here to help.
For the DIYers looking for their next spring project, it's time to roll up your sleeves and head to Blaine's Farm and Fleet, where we have everything you need to fix up your yard, home exterior, or vehicle. Like Scott's Turf Builder Weed and Feed, just $46.99 after sale and rebate. Rewards members get a free gift card with a $75 Scott's purchase. And Farm and Fleet Synthetic Motor Oil is just $2.99 a quart.
Find value at Blaine's Farm and Fleet.
Who doesn't want more? Right now at Steinhafels, the more you buy, the more you save. Start with 35% off store-wide. Then take an extra $100 off when you spend $19.99, $200 off at $29.99, or $300 off at $39.99. Get your patio set for spring and save big with savings up to 50% off. Steinhafels has the largest selection of in-stock furniture and mattresses at the guaranteed lowest prices. Only at Steinhafels and steinhafels.com.
Hi, I'm Dr. Sheesh Raval with your Ortho Team Clinic at Stoughton Health. We hope you can join us for our upcoming event on treatment of knee arthritis and custom knee replacements.
You are watching News 3 Now at 6.
UW Health says it's planning to commit $1 million per year to support anti-racism work in the community. Now, that's in addition to the $3 million in giving UW Health already contributes to local organizations each year. According to a news release, the funds will be used to support organizations that are working to address inequities, but did not specify which organizations would be included. New tonight, Kimberly Clark says it will move more than 250 positions in sales, marketing, executive management from Wisconsin to Chicago. Today's developments coincide with the company announcing a change in executive leadership today as well. More than 2,500 employees will remain here in Wisconsin.
Terrace season begins now. Today, the Wisconsin Union is welcoming students and staff back to the so-called campus living room. Last year, people on campus weren't able to see or even take part in the annual opening tradition because of the pandemic. A union spokesperson tells us people were worried they'd never get their terrace time back.
Being here is overwhelming. It brings a sense of happiness, of joy, of excitement about what the future holds, not only for the union as a whole, but also for our campus community.
The terrace is currently open to only UW-Madison students and staff. They say they hope to welcome back the entire community as soon as it is safe to do so.
After nearly 50 years on State Street, the pipe fitter announced this week that it will be closing. In social media posts, the management says the past year has been difficult and they made the decision to close the doors. The pipe fitter opened on State Street back in 1972. It has been in that same location ever since. And while the Madison store is closing, the pipe fitter has two sister stores in Oshkosh and West Allis, and they will remain open. Still to come tonight, the Brewers and Bucks getting in on some afternoon action today, plus a college class at UW Oshkosh going on the hunt for a missing body. We'll talk with a professor leading that search.
And after a chilly day today, Gary Canolti will let us know when we can expect our next warm-up.
Tonight on CBS, the competition heats up on a new Tough as Nails, followed by back-to-back episodes of the new series United States of Al, plus SWAT. Then get a complete wrap-up of the day's news on News 3 Now at 10.
Get the new mattress of your dreams for less during the spring semi-annual sale at Ashley Home Store. Doorbusters are up to 65% off. Get a Tempur-Pedic Queen for as low as $30 a month. And free delivery within 5 days on in-stock beds. Ashley Home Store.
Finding the right ingredients for a healthy lifestyle can be tricky. That's why SSM Health and News 3 Now are here to help.
Our Time for Kids recipe for health experts use online conversations and on-air reports to answer your health questions.
So tell us, what topics would your family like to hear about? What questions do you have?
Use the handy feedback form on our Time for Kids page to share what matters most to your family's health. And together,
let's take time for kids.
Isn't it great how swinging through Culver's drive-thru marks the unofficial start to family time? How biting into a hot-off-the-grill Butterburger makes worries melt away? And how a fresh frozen custard concrete mixer puts a smile on your face every time? Here, a meal you didn't have to make is a meal made fresh for you. And being greeted with a smile, even beneath a mask, makes all the difference.
There's a reason we put so much care into our food. That reason is you. Welcome to Delicious.
Power Centers of Medicine. Visit powercentersofmedicine.com.
We've got the power! My wife borrowed my new car while hers was getting serviced. She calls me and she tells me, I just saw Tammy. And I was like, in Waterloo? And she's like, don't worry, I'm getting gas now. And I go, at Quick Trip? You gotta go to Quick Trip. They have the freshest fuel that's fully guaranteed. Anyway, she gasses up at Quick Trip, and a Quick Trip employee is like, dang, that pretty red car suits you. And my wife's like, you know, I imagine it does. Thanks, Quick Trip.
Quick Trip, we got you covered. Ashley Home Store's Spring Semi-Annual Sale is on now. Our hottest looks of the season are on sale now, including doorbusters like these, plus no interest for 3 years, and a bonus 10% off our sale prices at checkout, now at Ashley Home Store.
You are watching News 3 Now at 6.
Welcome back. Today marks 6 months since the homicide at Devil's Lake State Park. Police say they've received hundreds of potential tips into the stabbing death of 24-year-old Craig Schmutzer, but so far no arrests have been made. The victim was discovered along the Grottos Trail on October 14th. Police say it was a random attack. College students in Northeast Wisconsin are trying to help solve a case that has stumped authorities for decades.
Along with their professor, they are hoping to locate the body of a man believed to have been murdered back in 1983. Monique Lopez has the details.
Starkey Swenson, a name that many may have forgotten by now, but that remains on the minds of the Winnebago County Sheriff's Office.
I was contacted by the Winnebago County Sheriff to help them out in the search for someone who's been missing since 1983, Starkey Swenson.
Technically, the Starkey Swenson case is not a cold case. John Andrews was in fact convicted of the August 1983 murder.
He went missing. Eventually there was a break in the case and someone served time in prison after being convicted for his murder. But the body was never found.
Authorities believe 67-year-old Starkey Swenson was allegedly having an affair with the suspect's ex-wife and was murdered in what has been described as a love triangle in Neenah. Swenson was last seen riding a bicycle near Shattuck Middle School.
The case has got all the kind of elements of an interesting murder mystery in terms of affairs, in terms of friendships and marriages, family relationships, and so it makes for a really interesting case.
In 1994, Andrews pleaded guilty to homicide by negligent use of a motor vehicle. It's believed Andrews ran over Swenson. For over 3 weeks, Associate Professor Jordan Carson and his spring class will get to work with the Winnebago County Sheriff's Office to try to locate Swenson's body at an undisclosed site.
I mean, if we find it, it would be great. I mean, it would be interesting and a vindication of our methods. At the end of the day, it's a sad case where someone has died. And so to be able to concretely say that we know what happened is something that I hope to be able to add to the investigation.
Monique Lopez reporting. Associate Professor Carson also has a podcast about the Starkey Swenson case called Cold Case Frozen Tundra.
And here's Chief Meteorologist Gary Canulti with a look at our first warn forecast.
Well, we're in the middle of Tornado and Severe Weather Awareness Week, and we're pleased to announce that we're starting up our NOAA Weather Radio promotion again with Hy-Vee Supermarkets and Midland Radios. We are going to be offering these weather radios for sale through Hy-Vee Supermarkets here in Madison. These are the ones that get broadcast directly from the National Weather Service, so you get warnings as quickly as they come out. You can set them up to be alerted just for your county or whatever counties around you that you'd like to be alerted for. Cost still $29.99 for the radios, and a donation will be made for every radio sold to the Southwest Wisconsin region of the American Red Cross. So now's the time to get your radio before severe weather threatens. 3 things you need to know in the forecast. Sunny skies return for tomorrow and Friday. That'll bring temperatures back up at least into the lower to middle 50s. Dry weather expected for those days as well as much of the weekend. Just an outside chance of a shower Saturday or Sunday. The better chances for rain will hold off until early next week. But cool weather will continue. Temperatures are going to stay below normal through the weekend and through at least the first half of next week. On Doppler track, you can see some light rain and snow showers up in northern and central Wisconsin, but they're really not making it south of about a Minneapolis to Green Bay line. Here in southern Wisconsin, lots of clouds, but those showers are staying up to the north. Last night, we had some breaks in the clouds, and that allowed temperatures to drop to around freezing or a little bit below pretty much through the entire state. Even here in Madison, we're at 33, Milwaukee at 36, but Dubuque, Iowa, near the Mississippi River, down to 27 degrees last night. Upper level winds still from the northwest around an area of low pressure, which has spun across the northern part of the United States for about the last 5 or 6 days. Now it's starting to shift eastward. It was in Minnesota and Iowa and kind of worked its way into northern Minnesota, and now it's starting to shift eastward, and that will take much of the precipitation with it. The clouds still extend through much of our part of the Midwest, but you can see the southern edge of the clouds getting into northern Illinois. South of there, there's a little more sunshine, and temperatures are a few degrees warmer. There's also a little trough of low pressure just kind of working its way through. That's what's generating the light showers up in northern Wisconsin. But as far as temperatures are concerned, 30s and 40s for the most part. You really have to get down south of that cloud cover before you see temperatures even to around the 50-degree mark, and that's southern Iowa and western Illinois. Compared to 24 hours ago, our temperatures colder than they were at this time yesterday, but to the northwest, temperatures are starting to warm up. That's a sign of things to come. We should be at least back in the 50s for tomorrow. So look for skies to turn partly cloudy tonight. That will actually allow temperatures to drop off into the lower 30s, and then tomorrow the sunshine should bring temperatures back into the lower 50s. For tomorrow, partly sunny skies, a little breezy as well, but not as chilly. High temperature at least back up to around 52 degrees in the 7 to 10 day forecast. 55 Friday, mid 50s for the weekend. Just a slight chance for a shower, mix of sun and clouds. Monday some showers, maybe mixing with a little snow Monday night into Tuesday morning. Slight chance of showers on Tuesday and Wednesday, and then toward the end of next week, temperatures rebounding back into the upper 50s.
And coming up in sports, Jack Sanborn and Leo Chanel lived on the field last season. Why managing their reps this spring isn't really high on that priority list. They'll explain next on News 3 Now.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today. Jung Garden Centers can help you start the growing season. It's time for bare root planting, and you can find them now at Jung's. Asparagus, onions, potatoes, and seeds. Open 7 days a week. Shop Jung Garden Center for all your gardening needs.
Looks like they finally got rid of that trip hazard. They pump it full of mud?
It ain't mud, Jack.
Where are the patched holes? Where's the splashed mud?
It ain't mud, Jack.
Concrete lifting technologies can quickly raise and level any concrete surface using cutting-edge foam technology made in Wisconsin. Fast and accurate and eco-friendly.
How did those guys do it? Where are the holes? Where's the mud?
It ain't mud, Jack.
How to change the way you pizza. Step 1, grab a delicious Papa Murphy's pizza. Step 2, bake. Step 3, chow down on the deliciousness. Right now, get a large Fiesta chicken pizza. Papa Murphy's.
Goldman Cars is breaking into spring with huge savings. You can get a 2018 Chevy Cruze starting at $11,995 or $195 per month.
That's right. You can buy a 2018 Chevy Cruze at $11,995 or $195 per month.
Don't miss out on these huge spring deals with over 500 vehicles in stock.
So just hurry in today and ask for my sister, Crystal the Pistol Gobin.
Or my brother, Dealing Donovan Gobin.
You gotta go to Gobin, GobinCars.com.
Wisconsin is a home of workers. We know what needs to get done, and we do it. Yet, we've been hit hard, some harder than others. Our contact may be limited, but we still can lift each other up. Your local Wisconsin energy and emergency rental assistance providers are working together to keep you safely in your home. You may not ask for it, but we want you to know we're here to help.
Jung Garden Centers can help you start the growing season. It's time for bare root planting, and you can find them now at Jung's. Asparagus, onions, potatoes, and seeds. Open 7 days a week. Shop Jung Garden Center for all your gardening needs.
Thursday at 6:30, Weathering the Storm, a half-hour severe weather special that puts your safety first. From the latest tech to creating a safety plan. Watch Weathering the Storm, Thursday at 6:30 on News 3 Now.
Last season on the Wisconsin defense, nobody was on the field more than Jack Sanborn and Leo Chanel. Those two played the most snaps on D and played well. The duo were the top 2 tacklers on the team and combined for 10 tackles for loss, 4 sacks, and 2 picks. Now, as far as resting their legs and managing their reps this spring, well, that's probably not going to happen because there's still room to improve.
They got to have enough reps, you know, to continue to sharpen the blade, so to speak. You know, I want the absolute best player out on the field, and so, you know, I'm gonna play him until I feel like I can't.
I wouldn't really say I was exhausted out there a lot, but no, I mean, I think that just speaks to Coach Brosted's coaching and everything, and that he wants us to be in the best shape that we can.
It's official. Brad Davison is returning to Madison for his final season at Wisconsin. In a letter to Badger Nation, the senior guard said, quote, "I am grateful for one last ride with my coaches and teammates." Now, last season, Davison averaged 10 points per game while shooting a team-high 39% from three-point range. He's the only member of last year's senior class to decide to stay for another year. Afternoon tip for the Bucks. Giannis still resting that left knee, and the Deer didn't really need him against the Wolves. Chris Middleton stops and pops from deep. Middleton finished with a game-high 27. Then in a span of about 3 minutes and 15 seconds, Pat Connaughton caught fire, scoring 11 points. Bucks led by 17 at the half and go on to win 130-105 was the final. A rubber match between the Brewers and the Cubs, and it was the Corbin Burns show today. On the mound, he was dealing. The right-hander pitched 6 scoreless innings, allowing just 2 hits while striking out 10. And then he'd help out his own cause in the 6th. Bases loaded for Burns, and he drops one into the gap to plate a pair. Brewers take the series with a 7-0 shutout win. And you can add one more honor for Darryl Watts this season. The Wisconsin forward was named the National Player of the Month for March. Watts led the nation in goals scored with 19 and was named the WCHA Player of the Year. UW freshman McKenna Webster was also named National Rookie of the Month. Gary?
Well, we've got to get rid of the clouds at some point, but at least right now they're not producing any precipitation. You can see nothing really showing up on radar over southern Wisconsin, even though we're socked in with the clouds. Temperatures are in the upper 30s to around 40 degrees. Clouds keeping temperatures down during the day. They'll actually keep our temperatures up for a bit this evening, but then as skies clear out, look for temperatures to drop to near or just below freezing by early tomorrow morning. Tomorrow, look for partly sunny skies, high temperature at 52, 55 on Friday, mid-50s this weekend. Slight chance for a shower Saturday and Sunday. A little better chance Monday, maybe mixing with a little snow Monday night and Tuesday morning. By the end of next week, though, temperatures at least back to near 60.
Ready for a warm-up, Gary. Thank you. Thanks for joining us for News 3 Now at 6.
Enjoy your evening, and we'll see you back here at 10.